Hi guys, it's Kamau. Welcome back to my channel. This is part 14 of the game This or That. Now, in this game, I run through a list of 12 pairs of words and I tell you which of the pair I prefer. So the whole point of this game really is to learn about each other. So as we go along in the game, we're at round 14, right? So you would have found out a whole lot about me because I'm honest. In this game, I tell you exactly what I prefer and why. So you would have learned a lot about me by now. And if you have been commenting, I would learn a lot about you. So it's all about seeing how compatible we are. And I'm going to run down the list now. So the first pair on the list, you're on your period. So this is for, well, I'm a female, so on your period, are you miserable and bitchy, or are you calm and happy? Well, I'm happy. Actually, I feel quite normal when I'm on my period. I sometimes forget I'm on my period. I've never had a painful period in my life, in my entire life. And it has been light. Typical for much of my life, 3 days. My period lasted like 3 days. Light, painless, almost no symptoms at all, except a little tenderness in my breast, and that's the only time for the month I get some plump breasts. The only thing is, like, a couple days before my period, I would be kind of sad. I'll feel sad for no reason. I'll just start crying for no reason. I might snap at you, because sometimes somebody does something, just something regular, something, and I snap at them, and then a couple days later I say, oh damn, that's why I did that. That's why I was so upset with that person, because this is just something normally that they would have done, which under normal circumstances I would have just brushed off. But I will snap. It's not that I feel miserable, but in that moment it's like I'm less tolerant, and put it that way, I'm less tolerant. I will snap at you, and then a couple of days later I will think back and I say, oh, that's why or I'll just be there and I'll just feel sad and I'll start crying for something that ordinarily I would just blow off, and then a couple of days later I say, oh shit, that's why I was so. So that's the only thing that I would say about my period, that I would say negative. But other than that, painless, light, no complaints. So no, I'm not bitchy. I'm quite normal during my period, except for the crying thing. Number 2, you're at a cookout. Are you eating or not eating? I'm not eating. I'm just there to socialize. I don't really take cooked food from folks like that. And I don't offer people cooked food. I have to know you really well to offer you food or to take food from you really, really well. Like, I'm very particular when it comes to food. So I think at a cookout I would just be there to socialize. I don't think I'd eat, unless like if I know you really, really, really well. Number 3, Jehovah's Witnesses are approaching. Do you open the door or not? Well, back in the day, I would open the door like when I was young. I used to stand at the gate and lay wait to the Jehovah's Witnesses because I wanted to argue with them about things that didn't make sense to me in the Bible. So on a Sunday, I would stand, I would time them, and I would lay with them, and I would argue for hours with them. But I'm at the point now in my life where I don't argue about religion or politics or lifestyle with anybody. So definitely now, if I see them coming, I'm not going to slam the door or hide. I'm just going to say, I'm not available now, I'm busy. I'm not into any discussion or argument about religion. Number 4, when in Rome, do you do what the Romans do or do you do what you normally do? Well, Kamau does what Kamau does. Kamau does what Kamau does, always. I'm not a conformist. I do my thing. I don't break the law of the land. So other than the law of the land, I make my own rules, so I'm not going to do something just because everybody's doing it. I've never lived like that, and I don't ever plan to live like that, just to fit in. I don't fit in, never fit in, and I'm quite happy with that. So when in Rome, I do what Kamau does. Number 5, so you found a huge stash of money on the street. Do you turn it in or not? I'm going to go with not. I'm going with not. And I'll tell you why. Well, you see, I'm all for integrity and all of that. Like, I'll give you an example. The other day I was in the supermarket and I saw a $5,000 bill at a lady's foot, at her feet. And I went over, she had no clue she had dropped it, right? So I went over to her and I said, you dropped your $5,000. And she was so grateful, and she said, oh man, thank you so much. And some other guys were saying, boy, if it was me, I would just make she pass and then take it up. And I said no, because it's clear to me she dropped it, right? So if it's a case where I know this is the person, or if I see some kind of identification with this stash, yes, I would return it. But if it's just there in the middle of nowhere, I don't know whose it is, to be honest with you, I'm not turning it. I don't think I'm going to be turning it in. I've seen where people turn in this huge stash of money and they're given pittance in return. How is that fair? I'm not saying you're obligated, but come on, you lost $100,000. Somebody found it and brought it back to you, and you give them like $1,000. I remember I was going to the shop once, right? And I found a $500 bill on the ground on the street. So I took it up and I actually sat along the sidewalk to see if somebody would be coming back looking for it. So I saw this guy, after a while I saw this guy coming and he was looking for it. So I said, what's wrong? He said he lost, this is like, he was like 30 years old, like 30 years old. So he said, I lost some money, I lost $500. So, I was about to give it to him. And then he said, I had this $500, I was going to the shop to buy some cigarettes. It's when he told me that he was going to the shop to buy some cigarettes, and he said, have you seen it? I said, no, I haven't. And I get up and go about my business. I'm not giving him back the $500 to go buy cigarettes. So you see, it depends, and you just have to use your discretion. But generally speaking, I find a stash in the middle of nowhere, it's mine. It's mine. That's how it is. Okay, so next question. Naughty pics, send or don't send. I've sent a few to some choice individuals, and I've received a few from some choice individuals. I'm not even going to talk about the unsolicited thousands that I've received unsolicited. That's a pet peeve, you know. People flooding your inbox with pics of dicks, pics of dicks that you didn't request. But you know, I'm so scared with technology being how it is. So you know, you definitely can't put your face in it. You can't. You just have to be careful. But yeah, I've exchanged with some select persons. Number 7, the feds. What have they got on you? Something or nothing? Feds don't got nothing on me, okay? Feds got nothing on me. I'm clean as a whistle. But they can't get my laptop. You know, when my laptops go bad, I don't even give them out to be repaired, because I don't trust the technicians, because the information that I have on my laptop nobody can see, so I just park them. The feds cannot get my laptops, they cannot get my phones, my old phones, they cannot get my journals. Once they don't have those things, they got nothing on me. Number 8, first sign of gray hairs. Erase them or embrace them. Well, I've been seeing some coming up around here. I'm embracing them actually. I'm aging gracefully, so I'm embracing them. Yeah, so they're the sign of my wisdom. Actually, as a teacher, I'm surprised I'm not completely gray, because my students put me through a lot. So I'm surprised it's just coming around here, actually. Number 9, pubic hair, bush or stush. In Jamaica, we have a term, stush, that means you're gone scornful and, like everything has to be spick and span. So I'm going with bush, not stush. I'm not stush. I like body hair. I think we should bring back the bush. I'm on a campaign to bring back the bush. Let's go back to the 70s, where we embraced our natural body hair. Body hair is sexy. Once you don't look like a gorilla, but body hair, especially on a man, is so sexy. And I think this obsession with this sleek, you shave everything off, is like an obsession with pre-pubescent bodies. It's like on the verge of pedophilia, in a sense. You can't accept the adult body as it is. It has to be shaved as if like a young child before puberty. So maybe we need to check ourselves on that, if we have some latent pedophilia. The adult body has hair, okay? And it's just recently that we have started to find it repulsive. Before that, it was quite a turn on. 10, if you're pregnant, would you like to know the gender or not? I mean, I like surprises. In Jamaica, the old time people would tell you, if your tummy is pointed, it's a boy, and if it's round, it's a girl. I don't know how true that is. What are some of the myths surrounding the pregnant belly that you know of? What are some of the old wives' tales that they use to tell whether it's a boy or a girl. I'd love to hear those. But I don't mind waiting, to find out the gender. Number 11, waking up, the rooster or the alarm. I actually have my own internal clock. I will wake up like 2 minutes before the alarm if I do set an alarm. We're creatures of habits, and once you get into the groove of something, your body just naturally does that. So I tend to wake at a particular time, whether I have the alarm or not. My body just gotten into that groove, and yeah, and I don't like alarms either. It's like it's unnatural. It just feels so unnatural to be aroused in that way. 12, coming back from Vegas. Are you broke or loaded? I'm loaded because I'm not gambling a dime in Vegas. I'm in Vegas just to watch. I've never gambled and I'm not spending a dime in Vegas, okay? So I'm coming back loaded. Just like I went there loaded, I'm coming back loaded. I'd go to Vegas, I'd visit, just to look around, see what's all this excitement about Vegas. But I definitely will not be wheeled in. Vegas is not getting a dime out of my pocket. So let's go down the list. So you're on your period. How are you? Miserable or happy? Or normal, right? Cookout, are you eating or not eating? Jehovah's Witnesses are coming. Are you hiding or not? When in Rome, do you do what the Romans do or what you normally do? You found a huge stash of money on the street. Do you return it or is it yours? Naughty pics, send or no? The feds, what they got on you, something or nothing? First sign of gray hairs. Embrace them or erase them? Pubic hair, bush or stush? Pregnant, would you like to know the gender or not? Waking up, would you prefer the rooster or the alarm, or do you have your own internal clock? You just snap right out of sleep at a particular time every morning. Coming back from Vegas, are you loaded or are you broke? Let me know your choices, please, so that I can find out more about you and look out for round 15 because it's coming. If you have not done so already, please subscribe, please like and share, and I'll see you next time. Take care.